So we are in the luxury bus for Tata Motors that was launched yesterday with the head of CVs himself, Mr. Girish Wagh. Thank you so much for joining us. Mr. Wagh has insisted that we strap up when we're sitting inside the bus. So we both have our seatbelts on, as you can see. So Mr. Wagh, just to begin with, how has the Auto Expo been for you so far?
I think it has been very exciting. In this Auto Expo, the commercial vehicles of Tata Motors has unveiled 15 new concepts. And all of those have got very good response. And if I can talk about the highlighting ones, the first is the Magna coach that we are sitting in. This is the first intercity luxury coach from us. Is also bus body code compliant. In addition to that, we have come up with a completely new compact truck. It's on a new modular platform from Tata Motors. We also come up with a new light commercial vehicle Ultra, which is also based on our modular platform. We have come up with India's first 6-axle truck, the Signa 4323, which is just besides us, which will grow the business potential for the customers in the trucking industry. In addition, to support the government initiative on electrification, we also have a 12-meter electric bus, which will be our mainstay in the tenders that 11 cities are floating. And we also have the Iris and Magic electric vehicle. We also showing our capability on alternate fuels. So there is an Ultra with LNG fuel.
Right. So obviously the numbers were much better this year as they were the same time last year. So congratulations for that. What is your strategy in the last quarter and the upcoming fiscal year to maintain your market share, sir?
Right. So I think the strategy has been simple, if I may say so. One is come up with the new products which the customer and the market wants, come with those products in time. Second thing is increase our customer engagement. Third is, I think our dealers have been doing a pretty good job in last 2 quarters. So we continue to have very strong engagement with them and build up their morale to continue with this aggression in the marketplace.
So taking your thought forward on electric vehicles, were you disappointed that EVs were not mentioned in the budget? And what is the viability of getting EVs on board for commercial vehicles in India?
While there was no mention in the budget, I must say that the government has a strong focus on that. The Niti Aayog has been focusing on that. We already have the FAME incentives phase 1, as a part of which 11 cities are coming up with the tender. We are going to bid for those tenders. We already won the ESL bid for the Tigor electric vehicle. So I think the government has been doing a lot, and we expect the same thing to continue. And we had been doing a lot of efforts, development efforts on electric vehicles.
Right. So in terms of electric buses, I spoke to some other companies yesterday, including Ashok Leyland. They also have a nice selection of electric buses here at the Auto Expo, and I saw one from Tata Motors as well as we were walking over. So what is the viability of electric buses in India right now in terms of charging and infrastructure, and how do you see it getting adopted? Are there any tenders in store from the government, or how do we see this going forward, sir?
Yes, so I think we have to go through this initial learning. The good part is the government is very committed to electrification, and they have come up with the FAME incentive. So this incentive in phase 1 with 11 cities bidding for going for the tendering process will help us to go through this learning experience. And to support the government commitment, we as OEMs are also committed to make it a success.
Right. So, Make in India, this is something we've been talking about a lot. And in the budget that has just gone by a few days ago, they have increased import costs on parts and certain imports of cars and bikes as well. So how is it affecting the CV sector, sir? And how is it affecting Tata Motors in specific?
Right. So, most of our products have a very high level of localization. So after the budget was announced, we have done an analysis, and there is not much of an impact on our cost structure due to this duty increase. So it's fine.
Right. So what are your offerings right now towards the rural sector? It was a very rural budget, very agriculture focused. So obviously now farmers and people from rural areas will have more disposable income. Where do we see the demand coming from, and how do you see that panning out for Tata Motors, sir?
Right. So I think the government has been having a strong focus on infrastructure with a lot of expenditure happening there, which has been showing on in terms of increased demand for medium and heavy commercial vehicles. I think from the budget, with this focus on rural consumption, it will also help, because increased consumption in rural area will mean more goods being sold there. So more goods have to be reached there, and therefore we'll have more of our vehicles being sold. In addition, I think we have specific products meant for the rural India, whether it is our small commercial vehicles or the pickups or the light commercial vehicles, and they will do the job well in those parts of the country.
Right. So there was some reports were out there suggesting some cost cutting initiatives on especially in the CV, in terms of CV for Tata Motors. So can you elaborate on that? It's a 4-digit. More than a 4-digit number, obviously 1,000 crores or more than that. So can you please elaborate how that's panning out in the next fiscal year and going forward for CVs in Tata Motors? Sir?
I think cost reduction is a way of life. But in addition to that, see, we have a lot of commodity price increases. So there are input price increases pressure. In addition, we came up with new technology on BS4, which was also cost increase. We are also getting into BS6 2 years down the line, which will also be a cost increase. So to enable us to give better value to the customer, it is extremely important that we work on cost reduction. And there's a lot of work happening in the organization. A lot of our engineering organization is focused on this. So I think the efforts have been doing well. And as you said rightly, yes, we have visibility of a 4-digit reduction as compared to the budget that we had made at the beginning of the year.
Right. Thank you so much for speaking to ET now, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.